This is the most missed wrestler in recent history. And I happen to be the whole effing show, Rob Van Dam. You're listening to me right now on InYourHeadOnline.com because you know where the action's at.
All right, we are back, and we're joined by Rob Van Dam, RVD. Welcome to In Your Head.
Thanks, man. Good to be in your head, I guess. Glad to be on the show, man. Thanks for helping me get the word out on RVD TV. It's a big project I've been working out that I'm real proud of that everybody's enjoying, so I want everyone to see it. So let's talk about that and whatever else the hell you want to talk about.
Yeah, let everybody know they could check that out at robvandam.com, and just want to give everybody what the basics of RVD TV is.
Absolutely. As everyone pretty much knows by now, I finished my contract with WWE in June, and I chose not to re-sign in favor of taking an indefinite break. My path made a definite right turn, and it went somewhere different. And, I was burnt out with wrestling. I felt like my job became like meaningless for me. I was traveling from town to town to town every day, always going somewhere I didn't want to be. I was always homesick. And, there's just so much more to me. There's so much more to my life, so much more I want to put energy into, and that I enjoy. And basically RVD TV captures all that. We started shooting it in July, right when I got off the road. And you get to know the real me, which is important. When I do all these interviews, a lot of interviewers are shocked at how candid and open I am, and I'm unfiltered. I'm genuine. That's something I'm very proud of, and I'm honest. And that also makes it harder to be to hold a job. Where I have to try to tell you guys that my world championship match this weekend is the most important thing to me. It's not. Matter of fact, it became so low on the priority list that that I hit the exit and I left there. But when you check out RVD TV, you're going to see the real me. I also have a lot of guests that are also celebrities, and you're going to see the real them too. It's real life. It's real genuine. It's not rehearsed. There's no skits. It's not contrived. If I'm walking down Hollywood Boulevard and you see an actor come up and say, RVD, like at Venice Beach, this actor, Stephen Daniels, comes up, RVD, remember me, dude? We were in City Guys together, an NBC sitcom we did almost 10 years ago, and that was just on the spot. It's real life. I got Sin Dog from Cypress Hill, Taboo from Black Eyed Peas. I got wrestlers like Chris Masters and Samoa Joe on there. I got Justin McCauley. I got UFC fighters like Kendall Groves and Rude Boy and Tito Ortiz. I got actors like Jay Moore, Nikki Cox. So that's always going to be a big part of RVD TV because I live here and I do a lot of appearances at conventions and autographs where I network with a lot of people who have their own fan bases. So that's something that I'm going to be sharing as well. Yeah. It's mission driven, man. The people that know the real me, like my wife, my family, they consider me a guru. I'm always helping people keep their energy up. I can help people with spiritual awareness, counseling for relationships, you name it. I'm a real guy. I've got a lot to offer.
We got a caller here. We got Brian on the line.
Oh, hi. Is this RVD?
Yeah. What's up, Brian?
Oh, hi. How you doing? My question for you was back about 8 years ago when you were in that XFiles episode, Fight Club. It's just a few questions I had about that. One, were you a fan of the show? Is that how you got on it, or did they just offer you the spot for that?
Well, you're probably not going to like my answer because since you saw that, you're probably an X-Files fan. You're probably hoping that I'm a fan of the show, too, and actually that's the only X-Files episode I've ever seen.
And I heard that David Duchovny is a jerk in real life. I didn't know if that was true or not, if you actually had any interaction with him.
Very little interaction, like I met him, shook his hand, he was on the set, the girl was on the set. Also, Kathy Griffith was
yeah, she was on that show, too.
Yeah, well, I'm a big fan of hers. And working with Randall Tex Cobb, wow, that guy is a character. It was a great experience. That came to me through my agent, so that was a booking that I got because I live here in Los Angeles, and I do stuff like that. But no, from personal experience, everybody was cool.
Is it like harder to do a match when it's like for television rather than like an actual match like in front of people?
Extremely
live?
hard because people don't understand how difficult wrestling is. So if I was wrestling another wrestler, it would have been fine. Randall Tex Cobb isn't a wrestler, and he doesn't understand how to do things. So I was in charge of choreographing the action, which was really cool. But part of the challenge was that I had to put myself into a Boston Crab because I couldn't get him to understand to just grab my legs and to step over without letting go of my legs. I couldn't get him to understand that, so I had to be flexible, get down there on my stomach, arch my back, and feed him my legs, to hold for the shot.
Was it easier with the fact that...
Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, was it easier with the fact that you could just, do it again if something didn't go right because you're not actually in front of a live audience?
Oh, of course. Oh, of course, dude. If there was some outtakes from that, man, there was there was some good outtakes. There was one scene where we're wrestling. He has me in this hold, and he looks up, and he sees his twin brother in the crowd, and
I remember that.
Remember that? Yeah, and it drives him crazy or something. And so he's like supposed to dive out of the ring, he's trying to go get the guy. When we did this rehearsal, the stunt guy said, make sure when he dives, that you grab his leg and you hold him in, make it look good. I said, okay, cool. This is rehearsal without the camera, so I wasn't thinking we were going 100%. They said action. Randall Tex Cobb dove through those ropes thinking that I was going to catch his leg, and I couldn't have caught him if I wanted to. He was so quick, and it was great because his feet got caught on the ropes. His head hit this gurney that was down there, that they use to wheel you away when you're injured. His head hit that and knocked it over. He got color. His forehead was bleeding. It was awesome. He said, I thought you were going to catch me. Thanks a lot.
Oh, that's funny. Well, I appreciate you taking my call. But thank you very much. Thank you.
Right
Thanks for calling in, man. Oh, we also got the Flea here on the line.
Yep, it's true.
Hello, you're on there with RVD. You got a question?
Yeah. How you doing, Rob?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Good. I was wondering if there was ever any move that you wanted to do, but was just too crazy, you couldn't find anyone willing to take it.
Nothing comes to mind that really fits that. A lot of the moves that I've done, I have to first know that I can do them. And, there are several moves like that I could picture them in my head and visualize, but not quite all the way. It's always been important to me to be different and to stand out, and my moves is one way I did that. Before I ever had my first match, I came up with the split-legged moonsault, and I was trying to think of things that I hadn't seen. So, one move like that, for instance, ended up being the 360 actually it's a 180 into a split-leg moonsault, which I have pulled off several times on ECW. That's a challenging one. I'm standing on the second rope with my back to the corner, jump up high enough to clear the top rope, spin 180 degrees, then drop in the split, hit the moonsault. I did that with Jerry Lynn in ECW. I did that with Sabu. And it's something that I saved for real special occasions because the risk factor was so high. One move that was even a little more challenging than that I actually never pulled off, was a 720-degree spin kick. I could visualize it, like ice skaters can go up and they spin around like 3 times in the air, and I could imagine it, and just come in with that kick, and I would try that, not hitting somebody, but just trying to spin around twice and land with one leg extended. I was just about there. Recently at Venice Beach, I saw one of those capoeira dancers nail it beautifully, like effortlessly.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, thanks a lot. I wish you the best.
Thank you.
Did you ever see anybody like, maybe like a newer guy do a move and you're just like, man, I wish I would have thought of that?
Yes. Yeah, for sure. I'm trying to think of what it was. That definitely has happened. I can't think right now of what it was. It's something that one of the guys in WWE did, I believe, and that's exactly what I said. I saw him do the move, and I was like, damn, I wish I could, I wish I would have thought of that. And I wish I could tell you what move. I'm going to be thinking about that while I'm answering the other questions now, so if I come up with it, I'll spit it out. But
all right.
The thing is, a lot of wrestlers
just thrown out here. We'll understand what you're talking about.
Right, yeah, I'll blurt it out like a Tourette. But, the thing about wrestlers, most of them, they're not going to care that somebody else came up with, that they're going to do it anyway. You know what I mean? I could never understand that. I don't want to do moves that are, really cool and try and take the credit, at the moment for it when everyone knows, hey, wait a second, didn't so-and-so used to do that move before he just got, we got released last month, and that's kind of how they do it. Obviously, I don't.